So if you've just started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at our academy, or maybe you stumbled upon this video, but you just started someplace else, this is a little help or perspective on how we should approach learning the art of Jiu-Jitsu. A lot of learning is very linear, right? In math, you first learn addition and subtraction, then multiplication, fractions, calculus comes a lot later. Even in other martial arts, there tends to be a little more of a linear progression. First, you learn front kick or roundhouse kick, and then you learn the sliding kicks, and then maybe the jumping kicks, and then the fancy twirly stuff comes even later. Jiu-Jitsu, however, is less linear, but more like a puzzle, right? You will do one class or a series of classes, and then you might come into another class and you'll do something and you'll be thinking, I don't see how this has anything to do with what we were just doing. And it might not, because originally you might have been learning the little edge piece down here, and then the next class we're looking at, this corner piece up here. And there's like 3 or 4 other pieces that go together between those two or connect those two. And then eventually when you do find those connecting pieces, you go, aha, I see it now. I see the total picture. It's a cow. And I use cow very specifically because, to extend this metaphor further, when we first start learning, we're working on that Fisher-Price barnyard scene, ages 3 to 5, like 30, 50 piece puzzle, you know what I'm talking about, right? And so we're working on a very generic puzzle. And then we start working on bigger and more complicated puzzles. So I joke that my professors are doing the 10,000 piece lighthouse, or the ones that are just all black and all white. There's no picture, there's just pieces, right? And so the pieces fit together much more intricately. These two pieces look like they should go together, and I'm trying to force them together, but there's just some little detail I'm missing why they don't fit the way that I think they should, because I don't appreciate, or I don't see that nuance at those higher level or more complex puzzles, right? And so even after you've been doing jiu-jitsu for a while and you get to spar a little bit, you're going to get to corners of those edges of that puzzle that maybe you haven't worked, maybe you have not seen, or again, it might be the next level of piece puzzle that's farther ahead, right? That you haven't even started that puzzle. So there's going to be holes in your game, and it can be frustrating. It can be a blow to the ego. A lot of people are not able to invest in the loss that comes with getting into those uncharted territories and not having the answer. But you have to stay the course. You keep filling in the gaps. And like I said, once you have one puzzle done, you move to a bigger, more complex puzzle. And even in my roles, there are certainly places that we are going that, again, there are little pockets that are pretty much new to me. I haven't filled in those pieces yet. But I pick a piece, I put it there. Sometimes it fits, sometimes it doesn't. That was a bad idea. Well, guess what? You learn by trial and error, and then you pick up another piece and you try a different piece next time. But as I said, a lot of people can't handle the losses. Their ego won't let them accept the process of having that many holes in the puzzle. But you got to start somewhere. You got to stay the course, and if you do that, then eventually things will start falling into place, just like the puzzle.